Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the January 2022 Bring Back My Bar winners. We're going to go through some first sniffs today together. I have the 25 bars. There are more than that. We'll talk about that in this video as well. I have warmed some of them before. I haven't warmed this particular set of them, but some of them have returned during my time as a consultant, so I'll be able to give you those kind of like thoughts as we go, as well as sniff through some of the new ones with you. And we have this lovely ambience behind us that I am just, it makes me so much, so happy. It makes me smile every time I see it. Anyways, okay. So, for those of you who don't know, Bring Back My Bar is an event that happens twice a year where Scentsy allows both customers and consultants, anyone basically, to vote to bring back retired bars out of the vault that haven't been produced in a while. And the top 20 or 25 bars are produced in production again, hence produce, that's what that means, so that you can purchase them, in this case, for the whole month of January. So you can add them to your club, you can buy them in huge quantities, you can gift them to people, you can test them out. It's a great chance for bars that have not seen the light of day in a long time to make it back. And a lot of times we also have some returning favorites. So that is the case in this collection. And I would say that a good, not quite half of them, but I would say around that amount I've either tried before or have come back during my time as a consultant so far. So some of them I'm excited to see again, and some of them I can definitely recommend if you weren't around for them the last time they were available. Strongly recommend. Some of them might be a little bit of pass, but again, everyone's sniffer is differently, so what I love, you might hate, and vice versa. So without further ado, we're going to dive right in with the first scent, which is Ambrosia. It's a reddish bar. I have not smelled this before. This is described as like sweetest fruit salad ever, tropical pineapple, mandarin orange slices, juicy pears, and ripe Concord grapes with hints of jam and fruit nectar. So this is a fruity scent, clearly. Whoo! So I do get the mandarin orangey slice. I do get pear, like a juicy pear, like aquatic note. I do get some sort of grape note in here, which I'm not particularly fond of. There is kind of a little bit of a biting citrus. I don't want to say that it's like soapy citrus, but it kind of gives a little bit of that vibe there, which is kind of throwing this off for me a little. It is like, think of like a fruit cocktail, like one of those canned fruit cocktail sort of things, but a little bit more citrusy. I kind of get that vibe. Yeah, there's way more citrus. I think it's the mandarin orange, and then you have like a fruit nectar component to this. I don't know that I'd necessarily go out of my way and say, wow, I smell pineapple in this, but maybe. I think I'm getting more overwhelmingly like this sort of soapy orange scent, a pear note, and kind of a grape jammy sort of quality to this. Maybe that soapy note is more of like a jam. Like, think of like a marmalade or a preserve where it's a little bit heartier rather than a jelly. Yeah, I can see that. I don't mind it. I don't necessarily love this scent. I've never warmed it before, so, you know, who knows? I will warm it. We'll find out what it smells like, all of that. It may take me a little bit longer than normal to get through these because I will be, you know, traveling through the holiday season, so I will do my best to get them out as soon as possible. Yeah, there's like some sort of citrusy, soapy kind of quality to this that just throws it off a little bit for me. But that is Ambrosia. Okay, let's move on. Banana nut bread. This one has come back. This was in a Bring Back My Bar not too long ago, actually. Right from the oven with ripe bananas, nuts, and spices. That's the description. I believe this is the very first scent that started the whole Scentsy shenanigans, like from the very beginning. And if I remember, the story was like Orville came home and he thought Heidi was baking banana nut bread, and clearly she was not. Weirdly enough, no, there it is. This is an artificial banana scent. So if you were looking for a true authentic banana, I really don't think this hits the mark. The bread note is fairly spot on. I mean, it's just that kind of like, not quite toast, not super yeasty. It's not like a dough sort of note necessarily. It's just like that when you warm bread, you get that kind of like warm, slightly dry sort of note in the background of your home. And then you get that artificial banana. I have tried this twice before, and I wasn't particularly wowed by it. And it's like, I wanted this to be a banana cupcake scent, and this is banana nut bread, obviously. And I don't think it quite hits the mark for what I'm looking for. I will give it another try, because that's what I do. And I have the bar, so why not? But I don't have this in my club currently. I know a lot of people rave about this scent. I'm not one of them. I think it's okay. And if I'm in the right mood for this scent, it's fine. But would I necessarily go out of my way to put this in my club right now? I'd have to really come up with an argument for it. Like, if I had a mixer that I mix this with that would make just like a bomb diggity scent, yes. But otherwise, I think it's like, grab a couple bars and enjoy it. All right, next we have Banana Berry. Now, this was in, I think, the Easter collection, and I put it in my club, but I never actually ordered it for some reason. Strangest thing. It is a bright sort of orangey red cover, but then it's like this light yellow wax. All right, this is described as lusciously sweet banana cream layered with succulent strawberries. I wasn't expecting that. This is almost, so this combination is giving me Starburst. Or like Starburst meets Laffy Taffy, but more like Starburst. Oh my goodness, I actually really like this. This is weird, because I'm not usually like a huge banana scent person, for obvious reasons. It's usually hyper artificial and gross, in my opinion. And I'm not really usually a strawberry person. Strawberry scents just don't do it for me. So the fact that this is described as sweet banana cream layered with succulent strawberries, and that's it in the description that I have, I'm really loving this, and this may go in my club. You do get a banana note. It is very sweet, but that berry note is like almost, I wouldn't even say it was strawberries, honestly. I almost feel like it's more of like a blackberry, a blueberry, raspberry, like compote sort of thing going on here. It is on the sweeter side, but you do get a banana cream rather than just straight up bananas, and I think that's why I'm enjoying this so much. But it reminds me kind of like when you first open a bag of Starburst and you get that kind of mix, like of the original ones, like the mix of cherry and orange and strawberry and lemon. That's almost what I'm getting on cold from this. And if this warms like that, this is definitely going to stay in my club, because I have a bar in there right now, but I may even put a second bar in. That's quite surprisingly good. Next, we have Bananarama. This is a yellow thing, and I think this is, oh, yep, sweet golden ripe bananas. So they claim. So on the top of this bar, without like going to the bottom, it actually does kind of smell like fresh, sweet, ripe bananas. Like, not artificial ones, but real ones, which is baffling. Let's see if the bottom holds up to that, though. Surprisingly, on cold, it does. Oh, there it is. There's the artificial note. Had to rub it a little, warm it. Okay, so this is straight up bananas. There's nothing else in this. This is bananas, nothing beyond bananas. If you want something like bananas and something, this is not your scent. I will say there is an artificial tinge to this. You can't escape, in my personal opinion. However, there is also something else in this that kind of gives a little bit more authenticity to the overall scent than, say, in Banana Nut Bread, in my opinion. Now, that may change again when I warm, but on cold, this doesn't weirdly feel as artificially banana as Banana Nut Bread does, which is strange because this is like only bananas. Maybe I'm going bananas, who knows? Yeah, this really makes me feel like it's not 100% authentic, but at least on cold, I feel like it's a lot closer than I expected it to be to straight up bananas. We'll have to find out when we warm that one. All right, next we have Blue Raspberry Ice, and I think, warmed this in a tester a long time ago, but I don't really remember it too much. Remember racing to the neighborhood ice cream truck for those red, white, and blue ice pops? This fragrance recreates those perfect childhood moments with a stack of sweet cherry, icy white lemon, and blue raspberry. All right, clear whitish color. And yeah, this is straight up. If you were getting one of those red, white, and blue pops, freeze pops from like the ice cream stand, that's what this is. Yeah, there's nothing else to this. You do get the cherry note, you do get the icy sort of lemon, and you do get the blue raspberry, but it's that whole combination of like, if you ate one of those popsicles. So does it stick true to its nature? Yes, it's definitely one of those scents that invokes that childhood memory. Is it something that necessarily I need in my life all the time? I don't necessarily know, but this may be something I pick up a bar or two and I'm happy with and enjoy while it's here. I don't remember how well this performed because it's been a long time and it was a tester, but I don't remember having any negative feedback about this. Usually, like, things that stand out are these either scents that like really I love or really I don't like. This one I have to look and see. So that is Blue Raspberry Ice. Next, we have Blueberry Rush. A lot of blues in this category. All right, Blueberry Rush is a sweet surge of ripe blueberry that leads a luscious bouquet of lively cranberry, black currant, and pomegranate. And that is what it is. I mean, this is a fruity berry mix. And it has a little bit of depth to it. You have blueberry and cranberry, so you have a tart bite to it. You have black currant and pomegranate. So if you don't like currant scents, there's a good chance you might not find this one particular. Like, there might be a note to this that you're like, what's going on? But I think it's balanced by the pomegranate's tartness, so it's not quite as noticeable. So you do get a nice blend here, but this is very berry, very like slightly tart, and there's a richness. So keep that in mind. I remember it being a great performer. I don't think I have this in my club, but it wasn't there for a little while until I replaced it with some other things that I liked more. So I may put it back, I may not, but at this point, it is a good scent and I can recommend it. Boho. Let's talk about Boho. I think this is one I had a bar of that I actually really liked, but I don't know what it was at the time. A bohemian fragrance of clove-studded winter apples entwined with juicy black plums, candied mulberries, and cinnamon sticks. Okay, so I don't like cinnamon, but this scent, I know what this scent is. 100%. So if you know the scent, well, it's a little bit different. If you've been to Bath & Body Works and you have smelled winter candy apple, this is very similar to that. So you get that sort of winter apple note. You get the candied mulberries, so think winter candied. So you get a berry sort of blend in there. You have the plums, so that gives a little bit more of a depth to the note. And I think that's something that this scent has, that the one from Bath & Body Works, Winter Candy Apple, is a little bit more like apple and like spice. So this one has more of the depth of the plum and the mulberry. And then you do get just a hint of like the cloves and the hint of the cinnamon, which is kind of what happens with the Bath & Body Works scent. It's not a forerunner component of the scent, but it is in there. This is really nice. It's a fresh, fruity hint, like tinge of spice, if that. It's a very different, unique sort of scent. It's kind of perfumey. And there's a strong chance I might put this in my club at least for a little while. So this is Boho. Let's move on, shall we? Lots to cover. Next is bubblegum. Oh, this will be a fast one. This is the true scent of baseball card, bubblegum, sugar, and cotton candy with a hint of mint. I don't like this scent. Yep, this is straight up like exactly what it says, bubblegum. It's like that one that you get in like the big chunk like cube and then you chew it and it's just like you can blow it to the size of like, you know, a volleyball or a beach ball or something. Oh, it's very authentic. Oh God, I do not want to worm this again. I will try my best to at least attempt to worm this, but probably not going to happen. I don't like this scent. I don't want my apartment smelling like pink traditional bubblegum. If you love the scent of candied bubblegum, you will probably go hog wild over this because it's pretty darn spot on, but not a vibe for me. So, and it's very strong too. It lasts all through the day and then some. Great performer. Don't need it in my life. That's all I gotta say there. All right, moving on to the category of C. We start with casting spells. I think this was a scent of the month at one point. This is a bit bewitching. Wow, my goodness. Bewitching blend of apple drizzle, roasted pears, and cinnamon bark. Okay. So I get apple. It's definitely a green apple. And I'm not just saying that because the bar is green. It is a green apple. There is like a roasted pear note to this, or a pear note at least. So it's like a green apple, pear, cinnamon bark. There's an earthy note to this bar. I don't know if on cold, maybe. I don't know if on cold I would go out of my way and be like, oh my gosh, this is cinnamon. I almost get more of that earthy, dirty, sort of woodsy quality rather than like, oh my gosh, I smell cinnamon sort of thing. Like it's like I smell pear, I smell green apple, and I smell like an earthy, woodsy sort of kind of undertone. So if it doesn't become super like cinnamon land, this could be a possible winner for me. But otherwise, I don't know. This is definitely more of like a fall scent, so that's another thing to factor in. Like if you're thinking of, you know, upcoming spring scents or the end of winter, this is not what I would call necessarily a winter scent per se, but doesn't mean you can't warm it in winter, but yeah, this kind of gives me like a more rich, fruity version of Jack's Obsession with far less cinnamon and more of like a almost like earthy, dry leaves kind of note. I guess that's what bark would probably smell like. Yeah, like there is like a bit of cinnamon now that I'm like really smelling, but it's not overwhelmingly cinnamon specific. And like I said, I don't think I would have like picked up that it was specifically cinnamon in here in any sense of it had I not read it in the description. Okay, next we have cherry almond pie. I have not warmed this. Oh, it is white. That's strange. Orville's favorite dessert: graham crackers, sweet almond, cream, and cherries. Okay. Whoa. That is a straight up cherry pie. Nope. As I smack myself with the bar. Good job. So. Oh, that's cherry for days. This is sweet cherries. Like maraschino, like those red cherries in a jar. Oh man, this is like sweet. You do get a creamy note. There is a hint of almond, but it's like mainly like cherries and cream. Like if you get one of like those pre-made like cherry pies and you like stick your nose in that sort of pie filling, that's kind of what this is. It's a little bit richer because of the cream note. I do get the hint of the almond. I don't necessarily know that I get graham cracker. Yeah, I'm not really getting a graham cracker note per se. But I do get like the cherries of the cream and a hint of almond. So, does it kind of hit the mark of what it claims? Yes. I think this is going to be overwhelmingly nauseating and cherry pie sweet. I don't know if I'd want my house to smell like this, but we'll find out. We'll try. We'll see if it's more mellow when it warms. But it does come off as quite strong, fresh out of the wax bar. Yeah, so we'll see. All right, next we have Cherry Limeade. This is another returning one. This is exactly what it says. It's cherry limeade. You get like a zesty key. Here's what I'll just read the description. Zesty key lime, sweet cherry, and juicy berry. A delicious scent reminiscent of a soda fountain drink. And it's true. This is very strong. It lasts very long. Lasts all day and then some. It's a great performer, and you really do get that fizzy, effervescent soda fountain quality to this. So if you like that, like the idea of like having like that fizziness, effervescence in your scent, this definitely does that. It hits the mark. It is a cherry limeade soda. And it's strong, lasts. I don't know what else to say about it, but it is a great scent. I had it in my club for a little while. I did take it out eventually. Will I put it back in? I don't think so, but I might grab a couple bars of this to enjoy, because it is a good performer. Next is one of my dear ride or die scents that will never leave my club. It's Coconut Cotton coming back. I cannot stress enough, try this scent. If you're not a laundry person, try the scent. If you're not like a super coconut person, try the scent. So this is sun-warmed cotton, creamy coconut milk, bright citrus, and white sandalwood transport you to a cabana on a tropical beach. It is so true. This is almost more beachy vibes than it is laundry vibes. It does give you a tinge of laundry, but man, I could warm this nonstop and not get sick of it. This is one of those ride or die bars. This is in my club. It's staying in there. I might even up the amount of bars that I have in my club, because I think I only have one. I might put it up to 2 or 3. Oh my gosh, this is great. And it lasts. Oh my god, this is a great performer. For me, this usually lasts at least 2 days. Like, if I were to keep my warmers on 24/7, it will last me a solid 2 days, and sometimes 3, if not more. So, if you warm for like a few hours and off, this will last you so long. Oh, you get the coconut, you get the undertone of sandalwood, you get that creamy, milky quality to the coconut milk, and you get like a warm sort of cotton clothing sort of note, but it's not a heavily laundry scent. This is just, it's a beautifully done scent. I don't know why they don't just bring this back into the main catalog, to be honest, because it really is that good. Okay, next we have Grape Granita. This is described as sun-warmed grape with pineapple with undertones of honeysuckle. Let me be very honest with you. This is a grape Jolly Rancher. This is not sun-warmed grape and pineapple and I don't even get honeysuckle out of this, to be very honest. I remember this being a powerhouse of a performer. This is a grape Jolly Rancher. That's all I'm going to say about it. I probably don't want to warm this again. It performs really well, but it's not for me. All right, let's move on from that one. Huckleberry and Clementine. I feel like I've warmed this one. Nope, that's the wrong part. This is Huckleberry Preserves, Clementine, and a sprig of strawberry vine. Purple. Oh, I feel like I remember this one. I don't know if I've ever warmed it, though. So you do get huckleberry. You do get that citrusy clementine sort of note. And there is a bit of like a strawberry. I don't know if I'd call it strawberry vine, but you do get like sort of a strawberry, artificial strawberry note to this. Not my favorite. I'll have to warm this again to see how I feel about this, but on cold, it gives me like huckleberry or a deep, rich berry, the sort of zing of the citrus and the clementine, and then like a weird strawberry note to this. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to rewarm this and see how I feel about it before I could give you an honest review on that one, but I plan to do that with all of these except for like bubblegum and grape granita, because those, I don't need any more of those in my life. All right, next we have Huckleberry and Sage, or I'm sorry, Huckleberry Sage. This is tart ruby cranberries and sweet purple huckleberries dusted with silver sage. Green wax, like sage green. And this one, I actually like. Yeah, so I get a like a rich berry note with a little bit of a tartness. And then I get kind of a sort of a mild sage. It's not like in your face heavy sage, but it gives it kind of that like, how would I describe it? Not musky, it's not quite soapy, but like that kind of ozonic kind of quality that you can get with a bar sometimes. Yeah, it's not like heavily sage, and I think that the tart berry quality to this kind of balances it out. It does seem like it would be a softer performer, but I'm not sure, so I'll definitely warm this one and let you guys know. But that is Huckleberry Sage. Next we have Mandarin Moon. Ooh, we have Mandarin Moon. So this one I'm curious about, because this one, everyone was raving about Rise and Sunshine when we had that one release. And then they were talking about how it was similar to Mandarin Moon. Mandarin Moon is described as spirited cinnamon and glowing ginger illuminated by sweet orange and star anise. This almost sounds like sweet orange pomander, to be very honest, with a ginger note. And it kind of is. So I definitely get sweet orange. I definitely get a tinge of ginger. Yep. Very little. I do get the star anise, or anise, however you want to pronounce it. And I do get a little bit of cinnamon. But I get more ginger than cinnamon, which I kind of like. Now, that may change on warming, but I can kind of see a little bit of a resemblance between this and our Rise and Sunshine, except Rise and Sunshine has more of like a berry sweetness to it, like a cherry or something like that. Like it has a brightness that's much more fruity and less mellow, savory, citrusy, like sweet orange pomander that we have right now. This kind of reminds me of a ginger tinged version of that, more than Rise and Sunshine. But I will be curious to see how it performs. Definitely interested. Next, we have Maui Mist. This is a creamy bouquet of rose, lilac, white. I can't read. Rose, lilac, wood, and musk drizzled with creamy vanilla. I am curious because I have been to Maui once. Let's see what they think it smells like. Okay, so this is musky. This is bringing back a memory. There's actually a couple memories that I'm kind of starting to think about. One of them I can actually pinpoint. So one of them, one of my best friends' moms smokes, And in her car, what she'll do is spray this like coconut vanilla or whatever, French vanilla, something or another spray to kind of like alleviate the smell of smoke, even though she does it with the windows open and everything. But you know that sometimes that like sort of scent kind of permeates. This gives me that sort of essence of the cover up, if you will, over the muskiness that's pervading in the space. But don't get me wrong, this doesn't smell like cigarettes by any means or anything like that. But it gives me that sort of like reminiscence of that memory to me. This is a musky, sort of romantic, woodsy. I don't know if it's more perfumey or cologne. I would argue that this is more of a cologne scent, to be very fair. Like a floral, woodsy musk cologne. I mean, if this was a cologne, I'd probably wear it, to be honest. This also gives me a very, like, romantic bedroom sort of scent, kind of like romantic evening getaway. Oh, but I can't shake that first memory. This is going to be interesting to see how this performs when it warms, because I have a feeling that this is going to go straight in my club. But this is not what I expected. I expected this to be kind of like another, like, ocean waves and sea breeze, and this was very far from that. So I am very interested to warm this now. All right. Well then, Midnight Fig is next. This is earthy ripened figs and golden berries tempered by musky woods will open your eyes and captivate your senses. All right. Figs, it depends for me for figs. Sometimes I really like them. Sometimes I found them too dry or soapy or powdery. Oh, this is going in my club. Oh my goodness, this is going in my club. I don't even care how it warms. I'm putting it in my club. Just even if I can smell the bar. So I get figs. I get a rich berry note that is kind of has a warmth to it, so I can see the golden berry explanation there. I also get a woody note. It's not hyper musky. I wouldn't necessarily like go, oh my gosh, it's super musky. There might be a tinge of it. This is like deep, rich, sun-warmed berries in the woods. And then there's like an earthen, slightly green note. Think of something like The Mandalorian, where you have like that earthy green freshness. Oh, I hope this is a great performer, because then that will make it even easier for me to like want to hoard this. But this is definitely going in my club just on cold. Let's just pray it worms really well. Next we have Pink Haze. This is returning. I've warmed this before. A sweet confection of berries, nectarines, and vanilla-laced whipped cream nestled in marshmallow fondant. So, long story short of this, this is basically pink cotton minus the cotton note. Yes, it's a little bit sweeter. Yes, you have these other layers, you know, like vanilla-laced whipped cream, marshmallow fondant. But this plus any generic cotton scent would be pink cotton. Yep, 100%. So, do I like this scent? Not particularly. Do I like it better than pink cotton? A little bit. But if it was between this and, let's say, sugar, which I think is also back in this group, I would 100% take sugar over this one any day of the week. This one just gets too sweet for me. And it's a little bit cloying in that sense. So if you like pink cotton, you'll probably really like Pink Haze. But otherwise, you know, not for me at least. Next we have Salted Caramel Cupcake. I have warmed this before a long time ago. This is an old one. Creamy golden caramel with hints of cocoa and delicate sea salt crowns a buttery cupcake. This is really, it is very authentic. It is a caramel, very much a salted caramel cupcake. I don't really get a whole lot of cocoa in this. From what I remember, I don't get a whole lot of cocoa, but you do get like a sea salted caramel, which is probably why I didn't mind it so much, and also because there's a cupcake note that shines through on this, so it doesn't become heavily just levels of caramel. And usually caramel for me is not a scent that I, again, am fond of in large quantities, but I actually don't mind it in this particular one. Is this club worthy for me, that being said? No. But do I enjoy this like as a standalone bar or whatnot? Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's a great performer from what I remember. It lasted pretty much all day. All right, next we have Shimmer. This is going straight in my club. Get your girly girl on. Sweet cherries, velvety apricots, and sensual white musk crowned with a tiara of shimmering spun sugar. This is just a naturally beautiful scent. Beautiful? Beautiful. Okay, we're losing our pronunciation tonight. Yeah, this is just a beautiful scent. You do get those notes. It's like berries and musk. It's kind of a little bit of a unigender. What is happening with my words tonight? Oh man. All right. It's kind of a little bit of a unisex scent, honestly. We had it in the laundry line. Actually, that's actually where I fell in love with it, because I don't remember thinking much of it in the wax bar in the original tester I had. But it was just a tester, so how was I going to really smell it all? And then I got it in laundry and immediately regretted not having this in my club. So this one is going in there. It is a softer scent, I will say that much. Like soft, medium soft. But it is a beautiful scent, and it is definitely going in my club. So I am glad to see that one come back. Next is Simply Vanilla. This is the pure fragrance of classically warm vanilla, French vanilla with a touch of coconut milk. Now, I have a friend who just is not fond of vanilla notes, and that's because a lot of vanilla scents tend to have like buttery undertones. This is straight up vanilla and like a little bit of coconut milk, so it gives it like creamy richness. This is a monster of a performer. Every time I've warmed this, whether it's a newer or older bar, it just scent monsters anything. So this is a strong, very solid performing vanilla scent that lasts long. And if you like vanilla scents, I definitely recommend you try this one out. It is, I wouldn't say that this is necessarily the best vanilla scent we have for mixing or cutting other scents, because it is kind of overwhelming at times, to be fair. I think this is one of the stronger vanilla scents that we've had. But it is nonetheless very good, and I do recommend this one. This may actually go in my club as well. I think, from what I remember warming this one, I still think I think it's called Luxe Vanilla more than that one, but then this one is a strong, solid contender, and then Vanilla Bean Buttercream, which is more buttery than vanilla, in my opinion. All right, next we have Spiced Orange Harvest, which is right here. This is strong sweet oranges spiced with cloves and cinnamon. So this is basically a sweet orange pomander, but relabeled. Nope, it's different. It's sweet oranges. Yeah, this is much sweeter than our brick currently of spiced orange or sweet orange pomander. This is way more orange and less spice than that current brick in our offering. At least on cold, I get a ton of sweet orange. Even more so than Mandarin Moon. This one to me is almost closer to Rise and Sunshine than Mandarin Moon is. Like if you added a cherry note to this, it's basically Rise and Sunshine. Now, that again may change on cold, but this smells like it's going to be a strong performer, and I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be something that's going to go in my club, but we'll see. Next, or I should say the last two that I have here are some of my favorites that are in my club and will stay there. First off is Sugar. This is described as fruity blend of lemon drops and cotton candy, and that's true. a beautiful scent, and it's not overwhelmingly cloy. The lemon kind of balances out the cotton candy note. It almost has like an adjacent quality to some perfumes, and it also has an adjacent quality to pink cotton without being cotton or like the berry component that's overwhelming. It's just well balanced. The lemon in that, they're just really, really helps cut through the sweetness that otherwise would be there for just straight up cotton candy. And it's a great performer too, so highly recommend trying this one. And our last one that's coming back is Thunderstorm. And this is another great one. It's in my club. It'll stay there. This is described as very refreshing, sharp, spicy outdoor fragrance like the breeze in a storm. That's not the best description, I feel like, but we'll go with it. This is an aquatic floral with a slight sort of masculine cologne tinge to it. And it is amazing. And it's a strong performer. It lasts all day long and into the next day. I feel like there's a better description of the scent somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. It's so great though. If you like floral scents, you'll probably really enjoy it. If you like fresh scents, it is quite literally like the smell after or before that. You know, it doesn't tell me anything more than that. That's so sad. I wanted it to tell me more, and it's not. I swear there's a more adventurous version of this description. Nope. It is good. Anyways. Yeah, there's aquatic notes to it. There's a floral note to it. There is kind of like a little bit of a not like baking spice, but like a masculine spicy tinge to it. Ooh, it's so good. I love this. This will definitely stay in my club. All right, that being said, let's talk about what I mentioned earlier about other bars. So this time around, they're doing something special with Scentsy's Scentsy Club. And what they're going to do is they're going to be releasing an additional set of bars, the bonus bars, if you will, that are only available for purchase in a Scentsy Club subscription. So if you're not familiar with Scentsy Club, it's our recurring subscription service where you can every month, 2 or 3 months, get whatever your bars are. And then we offer the ability to put in wax bars that if they retire, we can still produce them for you if they're in your subscription. So the other thing is if you don't want to create a subscription to have recurring and you really want some of these bars or at least to try them, you could always create a subscription, grab the bars that you want and place the order, and then cancel your Scentsy Club. That is another option for it. You don't have to keep it. All right, but those scents that will be coming back are Aussie Plum, a melange of juicy plum, pink grapefruit, and tart pomegranate with smooth vanilla. Bora Bora Blossom, get lost in a balmy combination of succulent island fruits and lush orchid, balanced with a kiss of fresh green violet leaf. Caramel Pear Crisp, perfectly ripe pear and juicy nectarine blanketed in a warm brown sugar crust and topped with a dollop of warm caramel cream. Hendrix, rock and roll with an electrifying blend of earthy patchouli, glowing sandalwood, and bold pink pepper harmonized with sweet tobacco flower. My Home, a new name for our favorite spicy cinnamon and floral scent, a must try. Oats and honey, a buttery mix of toasted oats and Tupelo honey, oven crisped with vanilla maple. Simply Rose, of course that one's coming back. An open bud of classic floral. It's an overwhelmingly strong. It's just fresh rose petals. Southern Evening, like a trace of perfume lingering sweetly in her wake, this romantic twirl of French lavender, geranium, subtle fruits, and white musk will prove an enchanting escape. It's a great sort of romantic, perfumey, slightly like masculine noted sort of scent as well. Very, very nice, great performer. That one's in my club. Toffee Butter Crunch, salted caramel glaze, candied walnuts, toffee, and vanilla bean. All the ingredients for delectable sensory confection are here in one sweet, intoxicating fragrance you'll savor all season long. And finally, World Traveler, which I'm excited about. Blackberry, Dark Pomegranate, and Oak Bark Inspire Adventure. So those bars are only going to be in the Scentsy Club exclusive collection. I don't have those in my consultant Bring Back My Bar sampler. And if you do purchase the one of every bar that comes back in January when it's available, that collection will not come with those. You'll have to get them through Scentsy Club separately. So once January rolls around, I will certainly order those and we will go and sniff through those as well, but I don't have those on hand at this point. So, as far as what I would say to kind of keep your eye on, at least based on what I've warmed before, I can strongly recommend Sugar. I can strongly recommend Thunderstorm. I can definitely strongly recommend Coconut Cotton. If you're looking for a good, solid vanilla scent, Simply Vanilla is worth a go. Let's see, what other ones can I recommend? If you like that sort of nostalgic childhood, the Blue Raspberry Ice is probably a solid contender for that. If you like soda pop or fizzy sort of qualities, I would definitely recommend trying Cherry Limeade if you missed it in previous Bring Back My Bars. And I think that's pretty much where I'd go. Oh, I guess I would recommend Blueberry Rush too. If you like that sort of tart, blue, fruity quality sort of fruit compote, this is definitely worth trying. As far as some of the other ones, there are some here that sound really intriguing, but I don't necessarily know because I haven't wormed them. And there are other ones that I think that, while they're all right, I don't personally think that they're worth, you know, going out of your way to necessarily find more than a bar or two of them. But again, everyone's sniffer is different. So the ones that I just mentioned that I recommended, you might find are all just atrocious sounding. And you might find one of the other ones that I was just like not fond of, like bubblegum, the best thing ever for you. And that's fine, right? That's the thing. It's the beauty of fragrance. It can be unique to you and you need to enjoy it at the end of the day. So that is our Bring Back My Bar sampler. These will all start to be available January 1st, 2022, and we'll go through the whole month to be added to your club or bought in mass. After that, they will be put back into our Scentsy retired vault. So just keep that in mind, plan ahead, and make sure to grab a couple of these that sound interesting. Let me know in the comments below, too, if you've tried any or are you excited about any of the ones coming back, whether the ones that we kind of sniffed through or the ones in the club exclusive set. And if you are new here, consider subscribing to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys in our next video. Take care. Bye.